You started from a very simple, real moment, sitting down at work and suddenly feeling how exhausted you actually were. Not dramatic, just that quiet, I'm so tired feeling when your body finally catches up. Then something kept pulling at you. This was already your third time trying to bring it up. Not forced, just something that wouldn't stay pushed down anymore. You shared what happened step by step: a routine dental visit, a small scratch during an x ray, noticing a bump where the scratch had been, paying attention to it, trying to take care of it, and going back when it didn't seem right, asking questions and not wanting to ignore it. More x rays, being sent for a biopsy, cancer. There's a clear thread of you paying attention to your body and speaking up when something didn't feel right, even though you couldn't know where it would eventually lead. What started as something small became something serious, and that shook your sense of control. Then it didn't end there. Surgery in August, thinking it was handled, healing not going the way you expected, ongoing pain and uncertainty. December, a piece of bone coming out, alarm all over again. Feeling dismissed by the nurse, feeling like you weren't being heard. Second surgery in January 2025. Now, things are stable, but the healing process has still been incomplete. So it wasn't one event, it was months of repeated uncertainty, where every time things should have felt like they were finally okay, they weren't completely settled yet. Emotionally, you landed in a place where everything mixed together. Fear. What if something comes back? Anger about how everything happened and about not feeling heard, unfairness, and even a strange kind of gratitude, because despite everything, the situation led to the cancer being discovered in Epicus. You noticed yourself going back and forth between blaming the dentist and wondering whether you could eventually feel some gratitude toward her. Those feelings don't have to cancel each other out. Both can exist. At the same time, you were carrying something your family back home didn't know about. Not necessarily because you didn't trust them, but because you remembered what happened to them when you were sick before. And you didn't want to put them through that fear again. Then the deeper layer came out, the childhood memory. At 12, a routine school test, a huge tumor was found. Chaos, fear, the possibility of surgery and your family going through hell, one doctor taking the risk and saving you. Looking back, that experience seems to have shaped a strong belief inside you. When you are sick, the people you love suffer too. So this time, you didn't tell them. Part of that was protection, but it also meant carrying the fear and uncertainty mostly by yourself. Now you're in this in between place. Medically, things are stable. The healing still isn't completely finished. And emotionally, okay doesn't always feel completely safe yet. On top of that, there is everything else you carry: um, work responsibility, home responsibility, emotional responsibility for other people. It all stacks together and can create that feeling of being under too much pressure, wanting somewhere quiet where there are no expectations and you can simply breathe. At the end, something important became clearer. You're not trying to complain or simply unload everything that happened. You're trying to understand why you feel the way you feel and make sense of patterns that have been building throughout your life. And even through all of it, there is still humor, awareness, curiosity, and connection. Nothing about the story is perfectly resolved, but it is part of the map, and you're finally able to look at it without having to pretend that only one feeling belongs there.